Alright, so the next power system we're going to explain from the Feng Shen Ji universe is going to be soul power. This is a power that is unique to the Dark Ones, though certain gifted humans are able to master it. It is literally using one's soul in order to amplify their attack power, amplify their weapons, as well as being able to give them a whole litany of new abilities. However, if you want to become a real user of this ability, you will have to get to the stage of being able to spiritize. To spiritize is when you are literally putting your soul or using your soul to power whatever weapon that you're using. Well, think about a good way to explain the spiritizing of a weapon is pretty much, let's just say, is like the Zanpakuto from Bleach, for example. And when one changes the form or shape and power of that weapon, then that is essentially what they're going to as their Shikai form. But when you go even beyond the spiritization of your weapon, you get into something called the limit break. And that is essentially what's going to be considered like the Bankai of the soul power. It completely shatters all limitation posed by the weapon's physical form, allowing the user to unleash all kinds of unfathomable attacks. But one of the unique things about soul power, unlike divine power and the smelting aura, which I'll go over in another video, is that soul power can actually be transferred from one individual to another. However, this is extremely dangerous considering the fact that soul power is pretty much the essence of life itself for the user. But again, it grants amazing powers like being able to teleport, and again, being able to spiritize their soul gear or their weapon to be able to utilize that weapon in any way they see fit. Being able to weaponize your own soul as an explosive force to be able to put it inside of someone else and just explode them from the inside. Another example of using a spiritized weapon of being able to use a whip without having to actually swing it around being that it moves by itself according to your will. Some of the Dark Ones has even gone so far as to be able to spiritize their own nightmares. Like they're able to literally bring their nightmares into reality through the power of their soul. Being able to conjure up literally whatever is part of their imagination. Some of these things even have ways to bypass durability to be able to make somebody feel pain regardless of how durable their body is. It's even possible for somebody to gain so much immense power by everybody in their legion or everybody as part of their army being able to transfer their spiritual power, i.e. their souls, into one individual person. Next, we'll talk about the human power, which is Smelting Aura. We have Smelting Aura. Being a power system that is uniquely for humans, Smelting Aura is surprisingly powerful and really effective against gods. Through training of one's mind's eye, the practitioner collects the invisible air around them, converting it into solid objects. There is no limit to what the Smelting Aura can forge, whether it be ordinary weaponry or even mountains and seas. Anything can be conjured out of thin air. In layman's terms, Smelting Aura is pretty much like having your own Green Lantern ring that you can use without actually having the ring present. Like, it's honestly one of the most versatile power systems in this entire series, considering the fact that you can literally build anything that you want to with Smelting Aura as long as you have an understanding of it and can manipulate the energy of the world that it comes from. And the world that it comes from has many names, but the main two are Wan Q as well as the Phantom Island. It is one of the three worlds that are separated by dimensional barriers, the other two being our world as well as the world of hell where the demon kind come from. But everything in the Phantom Island is pretty much made of Smelting Aura. Like, this is the entire landscape. Even down to the citizens themselves being made entirely of Smelting Aura, making them multiple times or just many times more powerful than people who utilize Smelting Aura, or at least those from the Phantom Islands who are entirely made of Smelting Aura, can honestly do whatever they want to with their body, making it as tough as possible, being able to conjure flames and weaponry, make themselves stronger, faster, just all around more durable. And there's an added benefit that they're pretty much immune to both soul and mental attacks, considering the fact that there is no emotion for somebody to manipulate, as well as there's no soul for them to take, destroy, or control. And just to put that in here, there's also something in the Phantom Islands known as the nothingness. The nothingness is pretty much everything that the Phantom Islands is not. The Phantom Islands is a place where peace triumphs, like there's nothing but beauty, everlasting freedom, stuff like that. And the nothingness is the echo that pretty much seeps in from our world, like the human world. All of our emotions, our insecurities, our bloodlust, stuff of that nature, that seeps in and creates the nothingness, which is trying to pretty much destroy all of the Phantom Islands. But since Smelting Aura itself and the power of nothingness is pretty much just on equal terms, they just became two opposing forces fighting over the same dimension. And since both are without physical forms, the nothingness can take an avatar or an agent to do its bidding, whilst the people who use smelting aura just use their powers to combat the nothingness. But either way, there you have it. Those are the three power systems of Feng Shen Ji. Let me know what you guys want to see next in the comment section. Leave a like and a follow. Follow me on all my social media platforms. They're all in my bio. As always, y'all be blessed. Peace.